everyone, you're welcome to another lesson. Today we'll be talking on SQL. Here we'll be writing some syntax commands and we'll run it to see what the output will look like. Remember, in the previous lessons we looked at the data definition language. These are the languages we use when giving queries to create a database schema. In the data definition language, we have the create, the drop, the alter. The create can be used to create database, to create tables. But take note, when using it to create your table, at the point of creating a table, you have to define the attributes. What do I mean by the attribute? The columns that you would like to have in the table, column 1, 2, 3. Depending on the question given to you, you will tell us the data type. Can as well set constraint to your fields in a table. And also we'll be looking at the data manipulation language, and here we'll be using the insert into values command. So as we move on with the class, we're going to see how we'll be using all these commands. So given this question, we want to carry out this question. So question 1 says, create a database for Preston schools. This is the name of the database. So now let's move to the application we'll be using. We'll be using Access. In Access, you can use the create command to create database. You have to create it manually, unlike Oracle, MySQL. So we have to create a database, give the name manually. So we'll do that by typing in the name Preston School here. And at this corner here, this folder here, you can use it to select where you want to save your database. So you can see the file name that I typed there is here, and where the locations available on my system. So I'm not going to change it. I want it to be saved in document. And the next thing is to click on this create button. By default, you will have a table created, so you have to delete it because we want to give a query to create a table which will look like this. So let's delete this and move to the question to see what we're about to do. We have to create a table in Preston database called employee, assign ID to be primary key with the details below. So the table will have these details below. The table will be called employee with these details. Now let's move to Access. How do we do that? All you need to do is to click on the create button here and navigate to queries. So you select the query design, and this will appear. You close it, you don't need this for now, and now you can work here. But before you can type in anything here, right now I can't type. I need to select this view. In the design view, and I have to select the SQL view. By default, you have this language written there, select. That it's also a command, one of the data manipulation language. So right now I don't have any table that I want to select from, so I'm going to delete it. Question says create a table called employee. So we'll give the syntax to create that table. And remember, when creating your table, at the initial point you have to define the attributes. Let's quickly do that. Create employee. Now we want to define the attribute. Press enter, you open a bracket, enter. What is the first column in the question? That is ID. The next one, first name, last name, age, address, and state. So we will have to define all those columns. So the first column is ID. That's the attribute name. Now you tell us the data type that this column will accept. I'll give this integer, and I'm going to apply a particular rule, a constraint to this column, that is not null, to tell whoever is going to fill it that this column cannot be left unfilled. To define the next attribute, you use a comma and you click on enter. So what's the next attribute? That's first name, and we add other attributes quickly, and you put a comma here. Remember, the question says assign id to be the primary key, so you do that primary key, open a bracket, which of the attribute, which of the column id, close the bracket, and then you press enter. The bracket opened up here, you have to close it at this junction. Now close bracket and you put a semicolon. So after the semicolon, now all you need to do is to click on this button here, run, and see what we will get from this. So let's do that. Run. Alright, look here, we have this already. Employee, let's tables, employee. So you can create multiple tables in a database. That's why you have tables there. Now let's check this. If we have all this attribute, all these columns in it, double click on it and it opens. You can see this. Wow. Alright, so let's quickly move back to this query. I'm going to save it and call it create. So I have this here. That's a query in this database. It's advisable you save your queries. Now back to the question. We have to input these details in that table. How do we do that? Very simple. All you need to do is to create another query. And how do you do that? You click on create, navigate to the queries, select query design, and this comes up again. Don't forget, close this. Now you want to insert value. We want to manipulate the table we've created. So we have this, select SQL, and then you give the command insert into, what is the name of the table? Employee values. Then you open a bracket and you quickly type in the attributes on each row. These are the values you want to input. So you type it in one after the other. You open a quotation mark, you type the ID, you close the quotation mark, separate with its comma, you type the next value, that is the name, and that's what are they. You can just copy it here, and paste there, and do that quickly. Once you are done giving all the values, you close the bracket and put your semicolon, and then you click on run. So let's see what we will get. Run, and this pops up. You are about to append one row. Click on yes. Oh, no error message. That shows that it has been added. So let's check. You click on your table here. It's open already. You can just click on it or you open it again, but you can see that nothing is in the row here, in this table yet. All you need to do is to refresh it and you can see that. So let's quickly go back to the query to insert the remaining values, the remaining records in that table. So let's quickly do that. When you want to do that, you don't need to delete, you don't need to type over again, you just need to edit this. What is the next ID? That is 115. So I'll just edit this. The name Oba. So quickly do that. Oba, and then any 38, any age is 38, the street, I'll copy the street and I'll paste it here, and the state is Kwara, and I paste that here as well. All right, so you're about to create another record. Once you are done, click on run. Yes, and you check your table. Remember I said you refresh and you can see that there. So quickly let's add the remaining records. So you can see I've added all my records, and that's what I have in the question. I've added everything here. So that's how to insert into your table. Okay, let's quickly save this query. Save this also, and let's call it insert. Okay, and let's go to the question to see the next thing to do. Question 3 says, so let's move back to access to carry out question 3. Now to do that, you have to create a query again. Query design, you close this. You want to add email to table employee, and the command we'll be using now is alter table. Select the SQL view and type alter table. What table? Employee. And what do you want to do in it? Add email and give the data type, let's give it char, close with a semicolon, and you click on run. Okay, it was pointing to the hyphen between the emails, so I've deleted that. Let's try run. Okay, it says the database engine could not lock table because it's open, so click on OK and you close this. So you have to close this, and let's click on run again. Design, run, and you can see no error message. So let's open the table again and see if it's there already. All right, so you can see what we've added. So that is how the alter table command works. Now let's go to the next question that says delete state column in table employee. How do we do that? Very simple. All you need, remember, at every question you have to create a query to carry it out. Click on create, select query design, close this, select your SQL view and type. Here we'll be using, we want to delete a particular column. You can use the alter table employee, and now we want to delete. You can use delete, drop. So let's use drop what column? State, and with your semicolon you close it, and let's try to run it and see. Okay, don't forget I said you need to close this whenever you want to manipulate it. So let's click on design, run. All right, no error message. So let's check this table. Oh, state is no longer there, so we've been able to delete it. All right, don't forget, let's save this query to be alter and this also alter drop. Okay, let's go to the question. The next question says create table salary with the details below. So you come here, you create query design, select your SQL view the same way you created the employee table. That's what you are to do to create that table called salary. So you quickly do that, create, and you give the data type and the constraint of your attribute. At the end of the last attribute, you don't need to put the comma symbol. You press enter, you close the bracket open up there, and you put your semicolon to end the statement, then you run it. Alright, so we can see another table here, table salary, and we have this. So in it, of course, we need to put the values. Let's quickly save this, create 2. So of course, in this table we need to put the values that we have here. How do we do that? The same way we impute the values in this table, same thing you're going to do. Create query design, you close this, select your SQL view, and you insert the values. Insert into what table? Salary values. Open your bracket, open a quotation mark, and then you give the attributes values. Don't forget to close and put your semicolon, and let's run it. Yes, and let's check our table here. Remember to refresh, and you have that there. So let's quickly add the remaining values to that table. Come back to the query here, and remember I told you just need to edit this, you don't need to type over again. The next ID is 113, so I will quickly do that. 113. So you can see here that I've added all the values given to me in the question in the table called salary. Okay, don't forget to save this query. Let's call it insert 2. Okay, now to the last question, which says delete table salary. Okay, you can easily do that. Probably you don't want that table in that database again. How do you do that? Create a query, close this, and then select the SQL view. So here we're going to use the drop table command, and we'll say what we'll get. So just type in drop table salary. Okay, and let's run it. Okay, it says it's open, so let's quickly close it. We'll close it, and let's try to run design. Run. Wow, it's no longer there. This is the only available table in this database. Okay, remember to save this as well as drop down table. Okay, so that in case you are sending it over to someone, they can see how you performed all these tasks. Thank you. We'll see you in the next lesson.